Guys, it's me again. Well, not really having, a good time here in Arkansas, well, California right now. I'm leaving early because I just found out my brother's going to prison for felony charges, and I probably look like shit. Yeah. Last night, okay, I'll just tell you how I found out. Okay, last night I was on Facebook, and, I saw my brother he was on the chat list or whatever, so I clicked on him. I was like, hey. And he goes, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good, a little homesick. And he said, oh, yeah, I miss you too. And he said, you haven't heard anything about me, have you? I was like, no. He goes, and I said, what's wrong? Or, what's up? And he says, well, I just got out of jail a couple nights ago. I got a felony charge. And I got court on the 7th. So, yeah. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it pisses me off because he's had felony charges before and everything. He's been to prison, he's been to teen challenge, he's been to, jail and shit like that, Okay. If you guys watch this and if you are doing drugs, if you're doing meth or anything like that, you don't understand how fucked up it is, like, against your family or your friends. You don't know, I'm pretty sure your family tells you need to, quit that shit because it's fucking up your life and it's hurting everybody around you. Now that my freaking, my cousin, well, he's really my cousin, but me and him have a bond, a brother-sister bond, and I looked up to him and everything, anyways, but, if you have if you get tired of them telling you to get off the shit, it's because it's a hate, if you get tired of it, then stop it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know from experience or anything, but yeah, I know it's a very addicting drug, and I know it's gonna take some hard, and I know it takes some time, and I know it's gonna be hard, but when you do that shit, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting everybody around you. Everybody. People care for you when you do that shit. They don't like it because when they see what you have become, when that shit makes you, mold you and makes you something, it's just like takes you away from your family, and it's fucked up. It is. And last night, since he told me that and everything, I'm sitting in bed bawling my eyes out, just pissed off at the world and everything, and I'm just, he doesn't see that it kills me. He doesn't see, I'm pretty sure he sees that I care for him a lot and everything, and he doesn't see what it does to himself. He doesn't see what he does, what it's doing to other people, and he's just sitting there letting that drug take him over. And it's fucked up. I am 110 whatever, the highest number or whatever, even if there's a higher number, percent against meth. It kills you. It does. When I was talking to him, I was just, I had mascara running down my face and everything. I just looked terrible. It was, I don't know. If you really want to get off of it, you really really do, or, you know, if you really want to get off of it, you can't, you can't find anything that'll help you, look at your mom, or look at your dad, look at your little sister, look at your little brother, look at, you know, the littlest thing, just, you know, just the littlest things that mean the most to you, you know, just, my big brother, the person that I look up to the most, is going to prison because of that shit, and it fucking tears me apart. It's terrible, you know, it's like, I'm still in shock of it, because, you know, when you get out of prison, I'm just thinking, alright, everything, you know, it's done, the deed is done, you know, he's off of it, he's not doing it no more, and then, you know, I mean, he's, you know, when he still, he still did it, you know, he got out of prison and everything, and then a couple months ago, I saw him just, you know, lift a little bowl above, or whatever, just, like, looking at it, and just, like, going like this, and just taking a hit off of it. You know, watching somebody does that, it not only does it kill me, it disgusts me. Knowing that my mom does it too, and my brother does it too, you know, and then my aunt does it too, it makes me like, it makes me just feel like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And me and mom got in a fist fight over that shit, because I told her, I said, if you don't quit that shit, I'm leaving, I'm not gonna come back. Knowing me, yeah, I came back, because that's my mom. My mom used to live here in California. She was, like, living on the streets and shit like that, living in people's garages, in a crack house, just living in a garage. You know, she didn't care about anything else. No, she didn't. She didn't care. She didn't care. She was in a garage full of freaking drug addicts and shit like that. The only thing she cared about was her fucking meth. That's the only thing she cared about. And the only thing is, like, I can't decide whether I should be pissed off about it, or just, or actually kind of, you know, glad that she admits that she's doing it. Because me and her, we got in a bunch of arguments about it. And I'm just like, Mom, I don't like you doing that shit. It fucking hurts me. You don't fucking understand. She goes, I understand. And I was like, obviously you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be doing this shit. You wouldn't. And then I was like, I remember one time, like, I just woke up or whatever, and I walked into the living room, and there's a blanket, and it was just rolled up. And when I walked out of the room, I walked out of my room, and she took her pipe and just stuck it in the blanket, where it was rolled up, and then there's, like, you know, little holes right there, or little spaces where you can, you know, a rolled up blanket, whatever. And she goes, says, whoa, and then she puts it in there, and I'm just like, okay, you say you don't hide it from me, but then again, like, you say you don't lie about it to me, but then you hide it. You know, what the fuck? It does that shit to you. I know, I'm pretty sure, I mean, if you do have parents that are on this shit, and you can't deal with it, tell them, you know, like I did. Like, I'm 28 years old, and my mom's done it. I'm pretty sure she's done it all my life. I'm pretty sure she has. And, you know, and when I was younger, I couldn't say anything because I didn't know any better. I didn't know what it was. Whatever, you know. And another thing, what we always fight about was when she'd be at work, and I would go into her bathroom or whatever to get her straightener, so I can use it, and then I'd find little tiny baggies of freaking white crystals and shit like that, and I'll find like a meth pipe and shit like, you know, just a bunch of shit like that. It hella pisses me off, and then, like, I called my best friend Becca and I told her to come pick me up because I can't deal with this shit no more. She comes over, she goes, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I can't take it anymore. She goes, take what? And I said, my mom, I told her, you know how my mom's doing meth, right? She goes, yeah. I said, every time that I go in her room to get something, go in the bathroom to get something out of the bathroom, you know, as in a brush or a straightener or eyeliner or some shit like that, I always see that shit laying around and it pisses me off. Not only does it piss me off, but it freaking hurts me because she knows that I hate that shit, and so she obviously doesn't care that, you know, when she lays that shit down where I could see it, it makes it feel like she doesn't care what I think. It's just fucked up, you know. But back to, you know, me and my cousin, or brother, okay. My cousin Tristan, he's more like my brother to me. And I'm like one of his sisters to me because we watch out for each other. I look up to him, you know, and he watches out for me. So we have that, you know, we have that bond. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. But yeah, I gotta fix this real quick. Okay, that's good. But yeah, you know, it's fucked up. It is. And, you know, just, other than this, I mean, I can't really say much because, you know, I'm still in the shock that he's leaving again, and it sucks. It does. I thought he was, you know, doing good. I mean, I thought he was, you know, not doing good, but doing better. You know what I mean? I can't decide whether I'm either happy that he's going to prison, or I'm mad about it, or sad about it, because, you know, he's gonna have some time and he does need that. But I'm just like, really, I'm just ripped and torn apart that he's gonna be gone, and it hurts. It does really bad. You know, last night, and crying and crying and crying, and I couldn't stop crying because, you know, what's done is done, basically. He fucked up, and we knew it, and he isn't. Sorry for that. It is just that he doesn't care. So, yeah. So I do have a question for y'all out there. I also don't know what to do. I don't know if I should be mad or anything. I don't know. I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm depressed, sad, everything. Just, you know, it's like what I feel right now when you walk outside when it's pouring wet and you just forget your rain jacket and you're already about a mile away from your house. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. I mean, if you don't understand it, I'm sorry. Yes. Nice, but my question is, what should I do about the situation? I wonder if And I want to go to his court date. His court date is on the 7th. Yeah. Bye.